The world is full of hidden dangers. Places that seem peaceful can hide incredible power. Lake Nyos in Cameroon was one of those places. For centuries, it sat nestled in the crater of an ancient volcano, a beautiful, deep blue jewel, surrounded by green hills. The local villagers lived a simple life. They farmed the rich volcanic soil, their children played, their cattle grazed peacefully on the lush slopes. The lake was a source of life, a constant, serene presence in their world. They had no idea. Beneath its calm surface, a deadly force was building up, silently and invisibly, waiting for the right moment to strike. This was nature's ultimate ambush. Nyos, calm, subum. Days followed the rhythm of the sun. People tended their crops, they told their stories, they gathered for meals. The lake was part of their identity. It was a place of beauty, not fear. No one alive had ever seen it behave strangely. There were no warnings. The villagers trusted the land, they trusted the quiet lake. They were living on a ticking time bomb and didn't even know it. Local legends sometimes spoke of spirits in the lake, stories told around the fire. No one truly believed the lake held malevolent power. It was just water, deep and cold. On August 21, 1986, the day began like any other. The sun was shining, the air was warm. People went about their daily tasks completely unaware. As evening approached, a stillness settled over the valley. Families gathered in their homes preparing for sleep. The quiet was absolute, a perfect, deceptive calm before the storm. It was a sudden, massive eruption from its depths. When morning came on August 22nd, the first strangers to approach the area were met with a terrifying and unreal sight. A motorcyclist who regularly traveled the road to Nyos crashed and died while entering the remaining gas pockets. Survivors from the higher grounds began to descend only to find an unimaginable scene. The villages were perfectly intact. The houses stood undamaged, but they were filled with the dead. Families were found where they had slept with no signs of struggle. It was as if the world had simply stopped for them in the middle of the night. It was a silent, seemingly peaceful but absolutely horrific picture. The scale of the tragedy was staggering. Over 1,700 people had perished. But it wasn't just the human cost. The invisible killer had taken everything that breathed. Over 3,500 cattle, all the villagers' wealth, lay dead in the fields. Birds had fallen from the sky, insects, dogs, all wildlife in the path of the cloud had been wiped out. The eerie silence was the most disturbing part. Scientists from all over the world came to Cameroon to investigate. They had to understand this silent killer. The evidence pointed directly to the lake. Analyzing water samples from its depths, they pieced together the shocking truth. Lake Nyos was no ordinary lake. It was a limnic eruption waiting to happen. Carbon dioxide from magma deep beneath the earth had seeped into the lower layers of the lake. The immense pressure of the water column, over 200 meters deep, kept this gas dissolved. Like the fizz in an unopened soda bottle, an incredible amount of CO2 was trapped in the deep water. The trigger in 1986, likely a landslide or rockfall. This disturbance was like shaking the bottle and popping the top. The sudden change in pressure caused the gas to violently come out of solution. The erupting gas pulled deeper water to the surface where the lower pressure allowed even more gas to escape. The result? An explosive degassing that released a massive deadly cloud. The science was clear and terrifying. The solution? A degassing pipe, a gigantic straw to the bottom of the lake. The bubbles created a self-sustaining fountain. Today a permanent pipeline sits in Lake Nyos.